Hello, Senior Management Team. My name is Marianne and I am the Human Resource Advisor. I am here today with my dear colleague Tony Martel, Head of Operations at the Call Center Division, and of course our CEO, Mr. Douglas. Thank you all for joining us here today. As you can see, you can find the report and executive summary on your desk. Today, we would like to present a recommendation for future directions regarding the issues we've all been facing. Here you can see our agenda for today. We will start off by presenting the issues we've all been facing. Next, we will take a look at the importance of addressing these issues. And further, we will take a quick look at the results from our analysis. And finally, we will take a look at our action plan and future recommendations.
So, as noted by Marianne here, we all know that money cash flow has experienced some issues in relation to organizational and employee well-being. As seen from our report earlier this year, as much as 36% of our call center agents report stress-related issues at the workplace. Additionally, 50% of our exiting employees have stated dissatisfaction as their main reason for leaving the company. Organizational well-being has also been suffering lately. This is seen in relation to the fact that customers keep reporting low service quality and that agents often seem irritated, impatient, and disinterested in assisting customers. We know that some managers have registered some changes in attitudes and behavior among our call center agents. Lastly, we have experienced some issues in attracting and retaining current talent, as you all probably know. So why is it so important to address these issues, Mr. Douglas?
So, why is it important to address these issues? The identified issues have led to two main challenges: high turnover in the call center division and a failure to deliver excellent customer service. We need to remember that our call center agents represent 70% of the workforce and are central in value creation. As we all understand, it is therefore crucial that we address these problems as soon as possible. Correcting the two implications are important for MCF's strategic and economic considerations. The issues should be corrected because we want to keep our reputation as one of the best employers in Canada, as well as keeping our market reputation and brand image on top. Further, high customer service has been one of MCF's strengths, and failure on this point may have a negative impact. Lastly, it may impact the MCF strategy of being the most effective and efficient life insurer in Canada, as well as focusing on growth in the United States. Correcting these issues should also have major economic impact, as it reduces the amount spent on training, less money spent on replacing lost agents, and the cost of losing customers.
Now, if we take a look at our analysis, we first wanted to see how our economic objectives is affected by the high turnover. As you can see from the Excel sheet, we therefore calculated the process of the exit and entry of new employees to be on average $13,130.13 per lost employee. The cost of attrition is, as we all can see, very high, and therefore it has negative consequences for our economic objectives, and we should all work towards decreasing the turnover rate. By conducting a thorough analysis of the implications we are facing, we see that when employees have completed at least 75% of initial training, average turnover intention decreases by 13.13%. We also see that when completing 75% of initial training, the average customer satisfaction score is 28.82% higher. In our last analysis, we found that the more training the employee has completed, the more intrinsically motivated they are, and they experience more decision-making autonomy. As a result, turnover intentions will be decreased. In our last analysis concerning average customer satisfaction score, we see that MCF can increase the average customer satisfaction by addressing the degree of service quality orientation among our call center employees through training. And we know that sometimes analysis can be a bit complicated, so if you have any questions regarding the analysis, please feel free to ask. We also recommend you to look at our report. Here you will find our specific calculations and documented analysis.
The issues of turnover and low customer satisfaction should be addressed and corrected for. Based on our analysis, the current literature in the HRM field, and with the AMO framework as a baseline, we propose the following actions are made. MCF should ensure that all new employees receive and complete training. Current employees with poor customer feedback should be retrained. Job characteristics should be redesigned so as to increase motivation. Psychological contracts should be assessed, and so should the company's recruitment and selection methods. The first action we should make is to continue with the existing training program for the new agents, but ensure that all agents complete all of the modules within a time span of 15 days. This will increase the agent's ability to provide excellent customer service, as our analysis has found that there is a clear connection between training, turnover intention, and customer satisfaction. The second action is concerned with increasing the current employees' ability to provide high customer service. As few of the current employees have completed 100% of the training, we expect that completing the training modules client relation and managing difficult clients will improve their service abilities, motivation to deliver high-quality services to challenging clients, and increase customer satisfaction.
And now over to our recommendation, which concern intrinsic motivation and decision-making autonomy. In the AMO framework, motivation enhancing HRM system includes HRM practices aimed at increasing the employees' will to actively participate in their workplace. We see that motivation and decision-making autonomy are classified as motivation enhancing HRM systems. An essential issue for MCF is to enhance intrinsic motivation and decision-making autonomy, as this is associated with turnover intentions. However, to be able to do this, we need to redesign and improve the jobs at the call center. The jobs at the call center should be redesigned by the management so that the agents are provided with more decision-making autonomy in how their tasks are carried out. Autonomy refers to the employee's freedom to schedule their work, participate in decision-making, and choose their work methods. When given autonomy, employees experience their work as more meaningful, which lead to intrinsic task motivation. This can be done by ensuring clarifying structures and by providing informative feedback. By redesigning the work characteristics in the call centers through increased autonomy and autonomy support, MCF can expect intrinsic motivation to reduce turnover intention and increase agents' orientation toward providing excellent service quality to their customers.
Another recommendation for MCF is to gather more HR data. We need to do this to establish a deeper understanding of turnover and customer satisfaction. We need to investigate and clarify the expectations of the newly appointed employees. By using the AMO framework, we see that training is classified as ability enhancing. One can say that MCF has failed to fulfill the promise of initial training, which may have led to a psychological contract breach. The psychological contract refers to individual beliefs shaped by the organization regarding the terms of an exchange agreement between themselves and their organization. A psychological contract breach can have a negative impact on almost all work-related outcomes, such as reduced trust, job and career satisfaction, job performance, etc. So how should we improve this? We recommend managing the psychological contract by having clear communication during the initial entry of the employees, where training is completed as promised. Communication is also important in the work life in general, as a clear understanding of both parties, meaning the organization and our employees, will help improve the psychological contract. Another recommendation would be that the HR department will evaluate our recruitment and selection methods. This is mainly because so many people drop out of the training program. Although we have our fair share of fix, an assumption could be that we are perhaps recruiting and selecting the wrong people. Summed up, the HR department will try to find other variables that might influence the main implication. Since both models found in the analysis have a relatively low explanatory power, we see that there exists other variables not included in the dataset that can influence turnover intention and average customer satisfaction. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to ask. Have a nice day, everyone.